I'm with good friend Vicki Norris from Restoring Order. When you guys tackle a hobby room, you have some unique challenges.
Well, we do, because, you know, people want a card room or a rec room or a music studio or a scrapbook room, and we're seeing more and more of that. But a lot of times those rooms, you know, don't come custom made. So you get all the cast off furniture, and you just have to be a little bit more creative with those spaces and custom fit it to each unique homeowner.
And you've done that once again, but you did have a lot of challenges to work with. We have some before pictures to check out. Taking a look. Okay, I mentioned that before. We're all guilty of that huge rack of CDs.
I have seen so many CD racks in home offices, in living rooms, all over the place.
It's ugly.
And then we outgrow them. So what do? We go buy more at Costco. And then
look, that's about to fall.
I know. They're kind of dangerous.
Okay, and then in the second picture, you can tell more. It is a music room. They did put the guitars on the wall. He was trying.
But everything was landing on the ground and sort of in that lower third of the room. We were not making use of vertical space, Karina. And you can see the mismatched furniture added to the feeling of clutter in this room. And that's a good tip for viewers. If you have a lot of little furniture, it's going to make the room seem crowded.
Well, it definitely doesn't feel crowded now. Are you ready to show people the after?
Absolutely. I'm so proud.
All right, let's take a look. Look at this. We have a clear wall, no guitars. The guitars have made their way to a gorgeous display right over here. And that was one of the goals of the homeowner.
Well, it was. You know, Tony Racci is the homeowner here, and he is also a professional musician. And this space, he wanted to be able to grab and go. He wanted to literally take his guitars off the wall and play them and enjoy them, have people in the room with him to record and rehearse. And so what we did was, this was actually Alice, one of our consultants. It was her project. And she made an artful display here with Tony. So instead of just sort of haphazardly putting them on the wall, it really became a focal point of the room.
Okay, but I have to ask, where were all those beautiful cases, those big black ratty cases that were displayed along with them?
Well, we've stored them here in the built-in storage that we did. Now you can see here first before we get there that we did add some seating as well. That was important to Tony. But then those cases, Karina, this is where they ended up.
That is awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
And you know, this room, you don't even realize it was sort of the bare white walls we had before, but this was 9-foot ceilings. So we had the opportunity to actually stack the guitar cases too high and really make use of all the vertical space. Then in a music studio, of course, you're going to want your metronomes and tuners, your batteries, your cleaning supplies, your picks and strings. All of those things needed to be organized and, of course, as you know, labeled.
Really labeled. I love it. Okay, and again, here we had more seating because he wants to have people in the room with him.
That's right. So it's now an inviting space not only for Tony, but for his friends as well. Songbooks needed to find a home, so those were organized and stored. And you know, he was willing to get rid of more things once he saw what he had. And this is such a great place now for Tony to just reach over, because we have cataloged his recordings here.
And these are all digital recordings?
These are all digital recordings, and you can actually customize when you use. We went with Closet Factory. They just collaborated with us beautifully on this project. You can customize your drawers and cabinets to exactly what you want to store. Of course, everyone needs office supplies because this does serve as his office as well. And then I love this. We put the amplifiers on either side of the room behind cabinets. But he can just plug in and play now.
Kidding.
Isn't that fabulous?
Again, that was his goal, is he wanted to just be able to get to it, not have to take it out of a case, and just be able to plug right in. You can see he has his mixer here for recording.
Digital recorder. We've got some more office supplies. And then we wanted to put his electronics actually in a built-in form. Lots of expansive desktop space, as you can see. And we lost the jewel cases.
No more CD cases. All of those CDs are now cased in cases like this.
Soft shell binders. You wouldn't think that you could reclaim this much real estate with just 4 or 5 binders, but that's exactly what Alice did for Tony, and we were really able to reclaim this space.
I love that he saved the liner notes and everything. It's not like you have to give up the personality of the CD, but look at that.
And you can still organize by genre. That's the other thing I want to point out.
Slides away. Yeah, okay, well, let's bring Tony in. We've got our wonderful homeowner musician, Tony Racci. What do you love about the room?
Well, there's so many things I love, but the thing I love the most, I think, after getting in here is having the guitars on the wall like this with a nice seating, and I can just grab a guitar off the wall like this. And
just move as the spirit strikes you.
Just play a chord right off the get-go.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we've got 2 things we have to do. First, let's tell people, if you want Vicki to work her magic in your hobby room, you can certainly do that. We have all the information. Keep playing, Tony. I like it. Restoring order, you can call the number on your screen, or you can head to our website at KATU.com. And of course, Vicki Norris, she dresses so beautifully you can't tell, but you are now 6 months along?
Actually, we only have about 9 weeks left.
Oh my gosh.
I know
Time
we're coming
flies.
to the final mile here.
Okay.
So we
need
got a
some
bump
baby
check.
making music
Yep.
here. Baby bump.
I know, and this is great. It's probably like, helping my child here to incubate better.
Okay, you can see we are almost there, Vicki Norris. When we come back, the next time we visit you, we're going to see the baby's room.
Do the nursery next month.
Tony, I love it. We're making beautiful music, making a wonderful hobby room, and making a beautiful baby bed.
Thank you so much, Karina. Some good tips there.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous room.